Hi everyone, this is Catherine King and welcome back to the next part of our series of going back to school, going back to college and being prepared for all of that. Even if you're homeschooled, like we homeschool our children, what I'm about to show you, we still use too. So this is for anyone with children or adults, you can still do this too. These oils that I'm about to show you are just designed for children. They're pre-diluted, so they're good to go. So you don't have to think about how to dilute the oils, you can just use them. So I'm going to try and do them in the same order that I did them on my stories, if I can remember that correctly, and just for some consistency. So the first one we talked about was Sniffles. So Sniffles is a great one if you want to have that, being able to breathe again, being able to be out in the fresh air and smelling that. Something that you can diffuse for your children. I will just rub it on their chest directly too, or even you can just pop a drop in their hands, they can rub it together, cup over your nose and breathe it in nice and slowly, and that definitely helps with any of that business. Especially at certain times of the year, they may be struggling a little bit more. But these are the things that so they're not being stopped from doing their schoolwork or going to school, they can still carry on and support them. Next one in the KidScents line is the Owie. Now Owie is like the oopsies, I hit the playground floor again, this hurts, just pop that directly on. And it definitely helps with that. And half the time, when I do things for the girls, we then don't need band-aids. But obviously if something's serious, go and get stitches. Like all that good stuff. Now all of the KidScents oils now also come in a rollable, so you can just then, you don't even have to get it on your hands, you can just roll it on them. Obviously you can't diffuse them if they're like this, but these are perfect for putting into backpacks, and off you go for, and I will have some in my purse. So this one that I just showed you is the KidScents Kid Power, and this is one of the newer ones, and it is all for having that confidence. So some of us that are a little bit more introverted, some like especially at the beginning of school, they're not quite sure who their friends are or what they're having to deal with in a new situation. These are oils that help to have that confidence. Like Valor, if you have used the essential oil blend Valor, this is a kid's version of that. Basically, it smells great. I banned my oldest child from Valor because it gave her too much confidence as a child, but I will start seeing what she's like with this. You know, sometimes you just need a little bit of oil and it can make a big difference. The other one was Genius. And this is a great one for diffusing, again, cupping over their hands and just smelling. All our children are geniuses. It's just their chance of being able to, this is a whole nother topic, but giving them the chance to be them, whoever they are. But sometimes they need a little bit of help with focus. Sometimes they need a little bit of help with clarity, and especially when they're studying. When you're doing your algebra, for all of those of you out there that hate their math, get some Genius going. It just helps kind of do that whole focusing thing, because essential oils do that whole blood-brain barrier thing, that they can help with your brain. They're obviously not going to make you more intelligent, you have to study for that stuff. Oils don't fix everything, right? And then I also included lavender, and I've got the 5 ml and the 15 ml. So 5 ml, they have like 80 drops of essential oils, and 15 ml is like 250, thereabouts, depending on the type of oil that's in there, like how thick it is. So if you're carrying it around, I tend to take the small ones because it's lighter, but I buy the bigger ones because it's cheaper per drop. And we get through lavender a lot. And lavender is basically for all things. You name it, you can basically use lavender, and we do. So this is the one that the girls go to first for everything normally, and they just help themselves. I've trained them enough, they know what they're doing with the oils, and I trust them that they can use them correctly, and they do. They know what not to do. So these are some oils that I would definitely have, even if they're not taking them to school, to use them just before they go to give them the confidence that they need, or when they come home and they just need some rebooting or getting ready to do their studies and stuff. I hope there's a lot of useful information for you regarding those.